You should read a poem more assiduously than the morning newspaper. With the newspaper, you get the bad times served fresh. With the poem, you get a friend to tide over the bad times. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. Stopping by a cafe to drink a poem. "How do you choose a poem to write?" she asked. "How do you find the pulse of that vein, that something precious which is nowhere?" I thought I'd be clever and say, "Love, the poem chooses me." But she preempted me and said, "Now don't say the poem chooses you, because it doesn't mean a thing to me." I thought a while, letting the sound of coffee machine fill the space and the aroma of fresh bread, the pleasure of a girl laughing on the table next to ours, and the beauty of hearing one peppermint mocha with extra cream. I smiled at her and still said nothing, her quizzical eyebrows asking her question again. I silently besieged her to wait a while, as the answers were there to come. The door tinkled as customers walked in to a cheery good evening from the front. An infant broke into a cry so loud, probably to hear her mother coo and sing. I put my hand in front of her, pushing the sugar and cream aside. Her eyes said she knew what I meant, and she interlinked her fingers to mine. There was poetry all around for us in the city which we loved. I felt my way through the evening. I'm glad she felt the same. She smiled and said, "I can be a poet too by just being in the things around me. A poet is anyone who rides life's wave and lets the ebb find the words." A poet is anyone who rides life's waves and lets the ebb find the words. Where does a poem come from? Where is its birthplace? What is its ancestry? I have found poetry as a wound finds its scar, or a plucked flower finds an altar. The process is organic like breathing, and unstructured as a heart plunging. It often starts as a curiosity to know deeply about something, a desire to unravel, to understand. But quickly it becomes an investigation, an overwhelming desire to unravel light. Fingers become a conduit. Ink is the blood which starts flowing from the wounds which burst to reveal truths. And I see myself clearer, and I see myself uglier. I might not realize that deep inside this ugliness lies the ultimate secret, because till then I have not realized that all truths are beautiful, however hideous they might seem. And that's when poetry enters its most tremulous state, that of healing. For a poem finally is a true friend. It is both a mirror and a hand. It jolts you at the same time as it holds you. You will know whether you have encountered a great poem when you emerge from it fully drenched, lacerated, scarred, but strangely fully alive. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you've been listening to Uncut Poetry. Did you enjoy what you heard? Why don't you leave a rating on Spotify or a comment on Apple Podcast? And follow Uncut Poetry on Spotify, Ghana, Apple Podcasts, JioSaavn, Google Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts. And if you loved what you heard, why not share it with someone you love? See you next week.